Hope it works, huh?
Indeed.
Okay, we'll see
Here we go.
in a second or something. Let's just see if we're live or something like that. I guess we are, I think.
Yeah. Seems
We'll
to be
see in a
working.
second. So, hello guys, to the two of you that are watching right now. It's been
Well,
a
hello
year
there.
and a half. And we're kind of back, but yeah, we'll see. So before we start anything, me and Todd would simply like to apologize in a way for not being here for at least 6 months. It's been a really rough patch, that's for sure. Like, we've never had it this bad. But we're really trying to get back to doing this, if at all possible, in a way. So yeah, I don't know. Would you guys let us know in the chat if you would like us to go into more details? But we've had like the shittiest time in our life ever. We can start with that, or if you guys go to the poll, we can simply start talking about Star Wars, since it's May the 4th, and we have about 2 or 3 series and topics that we can go through for now. So
Indeed.
far, yep. So far, the poll is like 33% divided completely, so nothing's winning regarding the topics for now. So I don't know really what to start with. But yeah. Oh, hello there, Mike. It's been a while. Like, it's been a long time. How's it going, mate?
Yeah, it has indeed.
Thank you so much.
Since it's May the 4th, happy Star Wars Day, boys. It's
Yep.
been a while.
Save Star Wars. Oh. I think we're way past that. Like, we are way past saving Star Wars. I've actually heard that George Lucas is kind of coming back. And that doesn't mean much after more than a decade. So let's just say that I'm cautiously optimistic, if at all.
You know, we were kind of talking about this today, now that I think of it. It's been over 12 years, and they're still playing it safe on some topics when you look at like all the TV series and stuff that's coming out.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely get into that. But
what would you like to go with first? Would you like to go with the Bad Batch because we've seen it yesterday, or would you like to go with the Tales of the Empire, which we have seen today?
Well,
or just like Star Wars in general. Well, I guess it's best if we just start with the Bad Batch, since that's like the.
Wait. The poll says the state of Star Wars is the first topic.
All right. Well,
even though it kind of the other topics kind of flow into that one, basically. But yeah, we can start off with that.
Yeah, we'll just go with the flow and just get from topic to topic. It doesn't really matter.
Let's just go through the comments first. Hey guys, humor me on this, but I thought a cool idea. Picture this: a show based during World War I and World War II, animated in the newer Clone Wars CGI style. The thing is, when it comes to the Clone Wars CGI style, I'm like always for it. It's gorgeous, honestly, especially today. No joke.
Yeah, it's one of the best animation styles that I've seen so far. Like, I really enjoy it, and I really enjoy that they brought it into the Bad Batch, like from the Clone Wars.
And the thing is, even the old Clone Wars episodes still hold up, in my opinion. Maybe not so much like from the first season, but it doesn't bother me at all when I watch it. But it's definitely gone. The quality of the animation has never been better. That's like
definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
But then again, when you look at the first season of the Clone Wars, it's still amazing.
Yeah, I still love it from then, but after watching Tales of the Empire today, the thing is, even though it has its problems and everything, even though the Bad Batch has its problems in comparison to the Clone Wars, the animation is gorgeous. Like, really well done. So basically, whatever you do with that type of an animation will technically work. So yeah.
Well, I think it seems to be working better than the live action stuff, that's for sure.
No Lucas, no party. They took the whole thing in the direction that raised my interest. I hope the video games don't change. I hope for movies the hope for movies is no more. I'm gonna have to agree with that, sadly.
Yeah. Although when it comes to video games, they haven't really been active when you look at like the entire state of Star Wars. Because I mean, they took over Star Wars in 2012, and since then we had like 4 or 5 games.
The thing is, you've technically had like, let's be generous and give them 4 games that are story based. Star Wars Battlefront 2015 is a fun game for what it is. Has no story, so it's only multiplayer. Battlefront 2 has a shitty campaign. It's quite bad. I played through it maybe once.
The thing is, like, I played through the campaign in Battlefront 2, and like the story was really predictable. That's like the most generous I'm gonna be about it.
Then we have Fallen Order. Really enjoyed that one. Squadrons is something I didn't even play. I could have gotten it even for free, but I'm not really interested. Don't want to play it at all.
You know, I kind of want to go through Squadrons now that I think of it, because I'm really into like flight simulation, and I'm into like DCS, you know, Microsoft Flight Simulator, whatever. And I want to go through that as well, simply because I heard that you use a joystick in there as well, and I got a T16000M, like the entire setup. And that's pretty much the only reason I want to go through the, you know, the Squadrons game.
Then we have Survivor. I never played it. I honestly want to play it, but I don't want to give Disney a single dollar, because I haven't given them we haven't actually given Disney a single dollar since, is it 2018 or 2019? Something like that. So I was actually waiting for the crack, which isn't coming. And you know what's ironic about that? The crack for Jedi Survivor is never coming out, because I think the team behind it is called Empress, regarding the piracy community, whatever. And the dude, or it might be a woman actually, they refuse to crack Jedi Survivor because they claim that it's woke. So the thing is, I don't know if it's woke. I hope it's not. I know the novel is pretty woke, the novel that was coming out before Jedi Survivor. And, you know, with Merrin being in love with a stormtrooper woman or something like that. Yeah, it's definitely like self-insert and stuff like that. And,
but the thing is, that doesn't make any sense when you look at like, you know, Jedi Fallen Order and the storyline there, and just like how Merrin, you know, acts.
The thing is, has wokeness ever made sense?
Yeah, that's
it
true.
It defies reality, and they don't care about the story. That's the thing. So basically, the team behind, as it's called, Empress, they kind of, I think they don't know what happened in Jedi Survivor, so they are probably thinking, because Lucasfilm is really woke, like in comparison to the other companies under Disney. So I'm guessing they simply refuse to do Star Wars cracks now. And the problem with that is, they would have given the Lucasfilm a bigger middle finger if they actually cracked Jedi Survivor, so people could play it just for free, if you have a VPN, of course. And they simply refuse to do it. So you have to pay the how much is it? It's 30 euros.
It's about 30 euros right now on sale.
Yeah. Let's see. And any thoughts on the cancellation for Star Wars 1313? It was interesting getting to see the underworld of the universe more in depth. Oh, I think it's been more than like 11 years now. Was it? Yeah, it was canceled around.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
it was canceled in 2013. It was supposed to come out in 2013, and you're never gonna see it. They really just don't care. The thing is, they've actually, we're talking about the.
I think like the closest you're gonna get is like with the newest game that's coming out, but it's
the next Star Wars game that I refuse to play, because I don't want to give them my money, and Empress is not going to crack shit. So yeah, they refuse to crack the game, and I think it would be a better middle finger if they actually cracked it, and people didn't have to pay for the shitty game. You know what's funny? The game, if I'm not mistaken, is $70. That's like the highest. Is it a AAA game? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's like the highest price for a AAA game I've ever seen in my life so far. So over the years, the prices have been going up, and the game qualities have been stagnant. It's like a straight line. It's not getting better. The stories are getting stupider, that's for sure. Like not really thought through, thought through. But that's like a really high price. And you know what's fascinating? They actually added a DLC for the Jabba's Palace mission, for which you have to pay an extra $50, if I'm not mistaken.
But is it like a single mission, or is it like a whole series of missions?
Like even if it's more missions, they have a paywall in a single player game for an extra mission, or 2 or 3 or whatever.
Yeah,
the thing is, you're not going to see Jabba without paying. If I'm not mistaken, it's $120. That's freaking.
But then when you go back and when you really think about it, is it really worth it, the extra $50? I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
The thing is, even in I don't know what they call it. Is it the Ultimate Edition, like the full game? I'm guessing it's over 130, right? The price is something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
With that said, they give you like a 3-day. You can play the game 3 days earlier than everyone else. You get some stupid skins or whatever, some crap in the game. Remember when the special edition games actually give you something real, something tangible?
Yeah,
like a
figure, World of Warcraft or something. You know, when you get like
Warcraft actually had a great one for like 5 years ago, for 15 years of actually it was Warcraft classic WoW. They basically gave you a huge Ragnaros statue, which was an awesome add-on to the Ultimate Collector's Edition game.
Indeed.
And this is just like it's crap. You get virtual shit that's not even real. It's not tangible. So I would never pay for that stuff.
One of the best supporter editions for games that I remember was from Kingdom Come Deliverance, where they actually give you a sword.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was beautiful.
Completely agree. And the best part about it is it's actually it's the real deal. It's actually what do you call it? I forgot the word on English because I don't usually speak English all day, any day. Oh crap!
What is it? Forged?
Yes. That's the word. It's forged, basically.
Yeah.
So, nonetheless, so Jedi Survivor is surprisingly not woke. That's the thing. It doesn't look woke. I haven't heard a single bad thing about the game itself regarding the story. It's probably a good story, but the thing is, I'm not paying it for it. It's $30 now, not $60, and I'm still not going to pay for it. I refuse to do it. I'm not giving them my money, and I'm sticking to it till the end. Like, no. Especially since I'm broke as fuck right now. Thanks to YouTube for demonetizing us 6 months ago. Haven't earned a single dollar. And you guys don't even want to know what happened behind the scenes in regards to our country and some of the new laws they brought in. They screwed us royally when it comes to making a living in any way possible. Basically, what happens? Let's just go through it right now quickly. Basically, what happens? Serbia, where we live in, didn't have any single law regarding paying taxes and being a freelancer, because being a YouTuber in Serbia is technically a freelance job, you know. So the thing is that they didn't create a way for freelancers who get online payment to even pay taxes. So it wasn't actually possible at all. And they made it possible about a year and a half ago. And what they did with that is, instead of simply showing the new process that they created for freelancers to pay taxes, they punished over 100,000 freelancers in our country with 5 years of retroactive tax paying. 20% of everything we earned in the past 5 years. And you can imagine how much money that is when you put it all at once. So technically we're in debt because they didn't have a law for paying taxes. It's really fucked up.
Glorious.
Really. And ever since Let's Go Brandon came, if you guys know who he is, don't want to get even more demonetized if that's possible. on YouTube. But ever since then, YouTube takes about 30% of everything. So we're pretty much screwed when it comes to that. And then we got demonetized, and now YouTube is claiming that we have reused content. So 8 years of creating content, recording stuff, and editing my ass on this seat right here. And YouTube is still claiming that it's reused content, because apparently fair use is not a thing anymore. And the reason why we didn't upload almost anything in the past 6 months is because YouTube doesn't have a specific rule in regards to reused content. YouTube support refuses to tell us which video is the one that they don't like and why it's considered as reused content. So YouTube support is not allowed to tell us, while at the same time they're allowed to demonetize us immediately without telling us what is the actual problem. So it's a guessing game. They use vague definitions of words, and they use them as umbrella terms. So we're demonetized. They refuse to tell us why, and that's it. We appealed in February, and they simply said, no, you're still using reused content, which if you go to the channel, everything is highly edited and recorded and everything by us. And we're still demonetized for reused content.
And let's not go over deleting over 300 videos.
Yes, we deleted 300 videos, which were edited clips and stuff, which I'll give it to them. It can be considered reused content. But the thing is, everything that is left is not reused content at all. But they don't give a shit. And now it's just a guessing game. They make you wait 90 days to appeal. Then they refuse us. Then we have to wait another 90 days. So that's why we've been waiting twice for 90 days. That's been half a year right now. And we are screwed. We haven't made a single dollar. And you know what's fascinating about that? We have a lightsaber sponsor. That's like the only thing we currently have when it comes to YouTube. And we've earned $500 each in 6 months regarding that. That's basically all. And people got angry because we had our first sponsor. Like, having a YouTube channel at this point is basically, if you love something, make a YouTube channel, and people will make you regret it. They will make you hate yourself and everything you work hard for, because you get shit for it every time. Like, I've never in my life seen people talk shit except for Raid Shadow Legends sponsorships. That's even the meme right now, basically. But I've never seen people talk shit when people have sponsors in their own videos. And the thing is, we didn't even put a single sponsor in our videos. We just put memes and a post with a link where you can get a lightsaber for a cheaper price or with a code from us. And people get pissed for our first ever sponsor, and it happens every time. Like, a week ago, people were angry because I used a AI on my phone, like a shitty AI program from the Play Store, which is for free, by the way, that made a Shrek Stormtrooper. Because AI bad. I mean, I agree for the most part, we're going to all be without a job, but did the same people go and talk shit to the people that are actually making money on YouTube with AI videos? No, I just posted a community post. And I got so much shit for it that, yes, YouTube makes you hate everything you do, which is quite demoralizing, especially after everything we've been through. So that's that with that topic.
Indeed. So how do you feel about the ending of the Bad Batch? What would you say about that?
Oh, it's kind of a mixed bag. It's not the Clone Wars, that's for sure. The Clone Wars.
I would say it's so many missed opportunities.
I mean,
the thing is, I didn't like when I was watching the season finale. I never had the feeling that I was watching a season finale. Like, you always have a feeling that there's going to be more, you know.
I mean, yeah, but the thing is, they really did it quite quickly. They had these 2 or 3 episodes that were leading to the finale of the season, and the problem was they felt just like another random episode in a way. Didn't feel. I mean, I don't have hype for Star Wars anymore. It's not hype, but with the Clone Wars season 7, the last 4 episodes, when the Siege of Mandalore started, you had this feeling like, yes, it's coming to a close. It felt really epic.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the Bad Batch is not Captain Rex. It's not Anakin and Obi-Wan. It's not Ahsoka. It's not
Yeah,
Maul.
I know. But I also like at the same time also have a feeling that they could have done a much better job of just wrapping things up, if you know what I mean. Because when you look at like Star Wars Rebels, I think that's like one of the best endings that a series can have.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Clone Wars also did it was an amazing ending, but it's like a very depressing ending. But
I
still,
know.
Rebels did a really good job at the end of the day. I mean, I hated it at the first season, called Ezra Space Aladdin and everything. But when it comes to the Bad Batch, I'm just gonna say I'm glad it was a story driven series. It could have been much better in many aspects, especially when it comes to um, the Bad Batch, in my opinion, is a series about missed opportunities. We could have seen so much. Like, for example, also, my biggest gripe with the entire series is Asajj Ventress. I didn't want them to retcon her being dead and now being alive over nothing. Like, they did nothing with it. And don't give me the bullshit of they're planning a series for her in the future, because you know what? I am sick and tired of Star Wars being Marvel. Like, Star Wars only focuses on the next thing while we are watching a series right now that is promising something eventually getting better or coming to a conclusion or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
And it
Just
never
like the
gets there.
Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah, that's basically. And the thing is, they are trying to be Marvel. Always, the series is never its own thing. It's never enjoy it right now. It's never epic right now. It's always going to be epic down the road, one day in a decade or whatever. And it never gets there. That's the thing.
It's like
become
just
Marvel.
wait for the next thing.
It's become Marvel without the end game. It's like Marvel Phase 4. It's kind of pointless. It leads to nothing in the end. Like, for example, the Ahsoka series, everyone thought it was going to be epic or whatever. I mean, I didn't buy that bullshit, to be honest. I know it leads to nothing. It leads to the sequel trilogy. But the thing is, everyone thought it was going to be epic. Like, Thrawn's going to kick ass and everything. And eventually it just turned into another just another series that's leading to something better, with a promise of something better and more epic. And every time it's the same bullshit. It never leads to anything. I mean, it leads to the sequel trilogy after all. That's worse.
I think that's pretty much the same deal with the Mandalorian as well.
Yeah, it doesn't lead to anything meaningful, anything of substance, and it's always like, remember when people used to play games to enjoy them now? Remember when people used to watch things to enjoy the thing that they're watching, instead of thinking about the promise of what this side quest series is going to lead to at the end? I'm tired of storytelling like that. And to be honest, Bad Batch kind of felt like that with, they kind of didn't give it all. They could have done so much better, They had some of the best episodes ever, to be honest, in some seasons. They have some of the best moments. Like, even Rebels has some of the best Star Wars moments. Clone Wars has some of the best Star Wars moments. Bad Batch as well. But the thing is, it's always given to you on a teaspoon, like a very little amount. Like, they'll put Darth Sidious in the trailer, and you'll get about a minute and 20 seconds of him in the entire season. They put Commander Wolf in the trailer, and they will give you like 2 minutes of him, and that's it. Like, for example, I was actually expecting to have another episode with Wolf, and how Captain Rex kind of convinces him to go away. But no, they're going to leave that for another series down the road. Like, for fuck's sake, can they do something now? Well, I mean, the best example would be Barriss Offee, for example, in Tales of the Empire that we watched today together. She has been absent for 12 years. Season 5 of the Clone Wars came out in 2012. It's 2024. So we were in the dark on what happened to her. There were theories when Rebels was out that she was the seventh sister or something. Can't remember the exact number, but the Night Sister Mary Ellen, Night Sister from Rebels. Everyone thought it was her because it was quite logical for her to be there. And they actually did it in the end and make her an Inquisitor. And the thing with that is, you wait for 10 years, 12 years, 12-year gap to cover her entire story after in 45 minutes. No, it's not even 40.
It's not even 40 minutes, and the worst thing about it is you don't even get some closure on it.
There is no closure. They leave it to they leave a question mark at the end of the series. Is Barriss Offee dead? Did she survive? Like, for fuck's sake, we've been waiting for 12 years for nothing, and now they're going to make you wait another 10 years. Because at the end of the day, people are going to... I mean, I'm a sucker for Clone Wars style animation, but I'm definitely slowly but surely starting to feel apathy even for the gorgeous Clone Wars style animation. Because if it leads to nothing, if it's just about hooking people, it's not worth my time, even if I don't pay for it, which I don't.
You know, now that I think of it, we didn't even get closure for the Morgan Elsbeth story.
Oh, actually, we did, because the formula for Disney's characters is basically create a character, kill the character, and then give a whole series for the backstory of the killed character.
But it's not even the thing is, it's not even the whole backstory.
It's not, yeah, it's not even the whole. And to be honest, with the two arcs from Tales of the Jedi, the Barriss Offee arc and the Morgan Elsbeth, I'll accept the Barriss Offee one. It was way more interesting. Very short, but it was nice, let's say. The ending kind of pissed me off because they just leave it with a question mark of what happened next.
No. They leave it for the next series.
For the next
Tales of the First Order or something like that.
Nah, please don't. Like, please. It's just torture at this point. Like, every single time. It's filler, teaspoon of some awesome stuff, and then they just leave it for the next series. Actually, when I look at it, I miss the time when there was only 2 Star Wars series. Well, technically 3, but let's just say when there was just the Clone Wars and Rebels. It was a simpler time. You had the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy with George Lucas. I don't need anything more than that. I'll accept Rogue One as well to that bunch. Why the hell not? But let's say we had 2 eras, Clone Wars era and Galactic Civil War era. And we had 2 series, a Clone Wars-based series, a prequel series technically, and a original trilogy series with Rebels. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be, right?
Yeah.
But now have...
You know, now that I think of it, Rogue One actually was the first who started the teaspoon thing.
Yeah. Okay, let's go over that in a minute. The thing is with Rogue One, I love Rogue One. I loved Rogue One, and it's the only Disney Star Wars movie that I'll accept as canon. I love it. I really enjoyed it. Don't want to talk about the flaws. Irrelevant at this point. But the thing is, Rogue One may have been the first time we've seen Easter eggs actually enacted. And what I mean by that is, when you think about it, when the Clone Wars was airing before Disney bought Star Wars, it was simply doing its thing. It never felt like, oh, remember this character from the movies or something like that. It didn't feel that way. It was simply doing a story on its own, and it wasn't relying too much on existing characters to get the people hooked as they do today.
Yeah,
or at least people that way. And what Rogue One did was it gave you some random characters no one cared about at first. And it hooked people with Vader, with Tarkin in the trailers and stuff like that. And technically, it's probably Rogue One is the first Star Wars cameo fest ever, in a way. You see Bail Organa, you see Leia, you see Tarkin, you see Vader, C-3PO for a moment. For Rebels fans, you can see the Ghost in the background. You can see Chopper for a second. You can see Ponda Baba and Evazan. Basically, Rogue One was a cameo fest in a way, and it was a cameo fest done right. And technically, when you look at it, I have no problem with it at all there. I really enjoyed it. But when you keep on doing that constantly after, it gets really old. Like, it's been 8 years since Rogue One. It's really gotten old at this point because Rogue One opened the floodgates for cameo fests. Like, ever since then, every single live action Star Wars series and movie, it's a complete cameo fest. Remember this from the good old days. Remember Vader, remember Anakin, remember Obi-Wan every single time. Remember Boba Fett, he's fucking badass or whatever. So, and now, for example, Ahsoka. Ahsoka is a bloody cameo fest at this point. Remember the characters from Star Wars Rebels and from Rogue One and, the Inquisitors or whatever. It's a cameo fest at this point, or Anakin for that matter. Oh, I mean, let's be honest. Everyone liked that we saw Hayden again. Like, I liked that, but I think Ahsoka series is kind of pointless and crap. But I like that. It was fun to watch. The flashback of the Clone Wars is fun to watch, but it's always member berries. It's never substance. It's always member berries because it gets people hooked, and you don't have to do shit with it. You just have to make it look nostalgic for better times, and that's all they do at this point. So, I mean, that's all there is to it, Let's go through the comments a bit. I've been talking for too long. Add something if you want to.
No, you're pretty much on point.
Yep, 70% filler and 30% best episode for Bad Batch overall. I think Bad Batch mediocre at best. Not as good as Rebels or Clone Wars. Agreed. Yep. I don't care about the animation style, to be honest, that much. With Rebels, a lot of people have a problem, but when me and Todd rewatched it about a year ago, when you watch it all at once, it's much different than when we watched it as it was coming out, because
I think it was a better experience on the second watch, that's for sure.
Because when we used to watch it, you wait a whole week for a filler episode, but technically when you watch it all together, it doesn't feel like a filler episode. It's kind of a lot of things are logical, things that would actually happen if it was a movie, for example. Like, I remember the assassin droid infiltrating Chopper base. I was kind of pissed about that episode when it came out the first time I was watching it, because you expect a epic episode. You want to see some lightsabers or whatever, something with weight, Then you get a stupid droid episode, and it's kind of disappointing when you wait a whole week for it. But when we watch it all together at once, completely fine. Had no problem with it at all. So that's the thing with it,
The thing is, one of the biggest problems that we had when we were watching the Rebels as it was coming out was, I think, the hype about the Twin Sons episode. Like, that's the thing we really wanted to see. And then every other episode that we saw that was not that, you get pissed about it.
yeah, in a way. And that's actually gotten much worse when you look at it. Like, for example, Mandalorian, that series, is a master class in wasting time. Like, literally. You see him walking, then he's walking again, then he turns around, then he activates his ship, all that stupid crap, like unimportant stuff. Like, for example,
and then you go and check the budget of the series, and then what?
If I'm not mistaken, the technology that they're using for the Mandalorian is it called Vision or something like that, with the screens in the background? You would think that will make making an episode much cheaper. Nah. The CGI turns out to be a lot cheaper than the Vision crap that they're using. Because I remember season 1 of The Mandalorian, 20 million. The volume. Oh, it's called The Volume. Thank you, Stanley. The Stanleys. It's called, 20 million for an episode. Like, they are throwing away money for crap. I would expect something magnificent for 20 million per episode. Like, just give me the Clone Wars animation instead. I bet it's 2 million tops per episode now. And I know it was below 1 million when the Clone Wars was airing. Just give me the animation. I don't want to watch this stupid bullshit live action crap, because it's proven to be really bad over the years. Except for Andor. Andor's awesome. Hello there, Darth Valeria. Oh, it's already Revenge. Yes, it's Revenge of the Fifth for us since you're from Turkey. I remember. Yeah, it's already 1:20 a.m. here in Serbia, so I'm guessing it's a bit more even where you're at. Thanks for
Dare I
joining.
say, hello there. What I remember about the rise of the Empire is how quiet it was. During the waning hours of the Clone Wars, the 501st Legion was discreetly transferred back to Coruscant. Alright, that's about
Let's see. A lot of Disney's live action stuff looks fake, anyways. It looks cheap for some reason.
You know, I'm still kind of pissed about like what location they chose for what's it called in the Mandalorian? What's the place called when he meets Boba Fett? Tython?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because the thing is, I remember it from the from the
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Star Wars: The Old Republic, and I remember how green it was over there. It's like a beautiful place, and then they choose like almost like a desert for it. I don't know what the deal with that is.
I mean, no, it was basically just like a Highlands type of environment, like the Scottish Highlands, something like that.
That's true.
But the thing is, Tython is like a lush forest type planet with some mountainous passes and everything, and this was kind of a vanilla version of it. Didn't really like that. The thing is, I'm way over them canonizing
in the
stuff.
game. It has like waterfalls, rivers. It's got the Jedi temple.
It's really beautiful. Yeah,
the huge Jedi temple in there and stuff.
And over here you have the Star Wars Stonehenge basically on a mountain.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean, that's basically it. Like, the thing is, I'm way over them canonizing stuff. I don't care anymore. Like, please don't canonize Revan. Please don't canonize anything. I remember they canonized Ram Koda in the Kenobi series, and it's all like, is canonizing EU stuff that is superior to their stuff, like a middle finger to EU fans or what? Because or is it just like trying to get them to watch? But the thing is, we don't like inferior versions of characters, when instead they could have just said Force Unleashed is canon. Why not? The Plagueis novel is canon. Darth Bane trilogy canon. Why not? Old Republic. But the problem with that is, if they do that, they're going to use those characters, and if they use those characters, you bet they're going to have the pronouns and bullshit like that. That's like the biggest problem. If they use the characters that we love, it makes a risk that they're going to screw them over.
Indeed.
So that's my main gripe with canonizing stuff that we already love, that is already established from the EU, basically.
And the thing is, like, even if they use like a legacy character, like the more they use him or her, the more opportunities you have that they're gonna fuck him up.
Basically, yeah. Tales of the Empire is the another spin-off series, like the 7th one, that came out today. Just go to Pirate Bay and put your VPN on or whatever. And the thing is, I'm done. Just so you guys know, I am done not saying what I think at this point. Like, we're demonetized. We've been screwed over so much in the past year and a half that I'm done not saying what I think. That's the thing. So yeah, go to Pirate Bay. Fuck them at this point. And just use your VPN to be safe, especially if you're from the West, basically, like that. So Tales of the Empire is technically like a season 2 of Tales of the Jedi, but they consider it a separate series, so they're not doing Tales of the Jedi season 2. Before we go on, how many Star Wars series do we have now from Disney?
Ooh.
Let's count the original. I mean, we can count the Star Wars Droids series, the Star Wars Ewok series from back in the day. Okay, well, let's even count those ones. Star Wars Ewoks, Star Wars Droids, Clone Wars 2003, Clone Wars 2008, Star Wars Rebels. So that's 5. 5 of the 3 of the good ones from those 5. I'm not sure about Ewoks and Droids. It's probably enjoyable for what it is, but it's nothing special. Then after Rebels, how many series do we have? In my opinion, way too much. Way too much. Because you know that clip with Liam Neeson where they ask him about doing the cameo for the Kenobi series. Basically, with that, he thinks that they are diluting the formula for Star Wars. They're killing the magic because there's too much of it. When he was asked if he's going to get a Qui-Gon series. So Liam Neeson thinks they're diluting the magic. They're killing it with too much content that doesn't matter.
And he's definitely on point with that.
Definitely. So basically, we have 5 series before the crappy era of Disney Star Wars shows and everything. We're counting Rebels in it. Okay. So after Clone Wars and Rebels, we have The Mandalorian. That's 6 now. Book of Boba Fett. Kenobi. Andor. Ahsoka. The Bad Batch. That's 11.
Yeah. Tales of the Jedi and Tales of the Empire.
Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Empire. Acolyte. 14.
And what about what's it called?
15 series.
Actually, no. There's one more. What about Star Wars? Fuck me. What it's called? Hold on.
Visions.
Go ahead. No. It's not Visions. It's
Oh, the cartoonish thing with Forces of Destiny. The old
yeah. That's also one, and
that's
also
16 series.
And also, what about Star Wars Resistance?
17 Star Wars series.
Yeah, that's what I'm on about.
You gotta be joking. I mean, that's 17 Star Wars series. Okay, let's wait. Can we start another poll or something, or a Q&A? Let's see how that goes. Let's test this out. I've never done this before. Let's see the Q&A option since we already did a... No, wait. End poll. Okay, we'll start another poll.
Do it.
Is 17 Star Wars series a good thing? Let's see what you guys say. Okay, let's see what you guys think. Star Wars has 17 bloody series, 4 of which came out before Disney started. So that means Disney has created 17 Star Wars series and 5 Star Wars movies. Tell me that's not enough already, or too much, or not. I mean, what the fuck?
And then again, when you look at it, it's too few games have come out.
Too few games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did nothing with the game.
Because the thing is, when you look at like the old Star Wars, the thing that was coming out the most was games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had the
you had Battlefront, you had KOTOR, you had Force Unleashed, you had everything back there.
Definitely, like you basically like between the year 2000 and 2010. Wow. Let's say 2011, okay, because SWTOR came in 2011.
Yeah.
That was like the golden age of Star Wars games. And ever since Disney bought it, we've had literally nothing, bare bones. Not even 5 whole games for, how much has it been? 12 years. Fuck.
And like out of all those games, I think the only one that actually has a decent story is Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. Jedi Fallen Order, as far as I'm concerned, I'll accept it into the canon. Not sure about Fiber, but we'll see, hopefully.
Well, people say it's good, so let's go on that.
Okay, let's see the results. Is 17 Star Wars series a good thing? 10% say yes, 90% say no. I mean, that's crazy. We have Disney created 13 series since 2014 until now, of which, in my opinion, I'm not going to speak for you guys, but in my opinion, out of the 13 Star Wars series, and we're not counting them finishing Clone Wars Season 7, that's still a series before Disney, I would say, is it 3 good ones? Andor, Bad Batch, Rebels. I mean,
Yeah,
that's for me at least. I mean, I enjoyed Tales of the Jedi. I enjoyed Tales of the Empire, but that's hardly a series. I mean, half of it is good, half of it is.
it's like a mini series.
Yeah. But so okay, let's be generous and say and just put them in one category. Tales of the Jedi and Tales of the Empire is a one series spin-off thingy. Let's say that's kind of decent. Okay, so that's 3.5. Bad Batch, Rebels, Andor. Accepting it into the headcanon. And halfway through with the Tales of the Jedi and Empire thing. Out of how much? 13 series.
Yeah.
And only one live action series. I don't know what to say. Like, that's. Yeah, I'm so done with Star Wars. Fuck. I'm so done.
I've heard that before.
Oh, it's so depressing to be a Star Wars fan at this point. We're coming up to Star Wars Acolyte. Don't like the High Republic era. Mike from the chat knows that very well. We used to do streams together and stuff. But yeah, okay. So yeah, Resistance. We mentioned that. Resistance would be better if it was Clone Wars animations and focused on New Republic politics. Give me a second, guys. My sister just came back. Todd, my dogs ran down the stairs, so I'll be back in a minute, okay?
Yeah, sure, take your time. Take your time. You'll be back. Alrighty. Yeah, Dark Horse is definitely better than Disney, that's for sure. They came out with a lot of nice comics. Yeah, we'll see what comes out next. What do you guys think about the new Tales of the Empire? How did you guys like it? Did you like the first 3 episodes more or the final 3 episodes more?
Hello there. I'm back.
Hello there. No one ever complained about the cold on Earth. We never felt it.
Take a look at this.
Ooh. It's Shrek.
There's no one I'd rather be than Shrek.
I had all the merchandise and movies.
Yeah. I actually got this for $5 a few days ago. Such a good. Take a look at this.
It's a really really nice build quality, that's for sure.
Yep. Oh, by the way, we posted a video yesterday, but it was too long to be a short on YouTube. Check out our Instagram. Everything's linked in the description below. Check out the newest video on Instagram. It was a bit too long for YouTube, so it's a Shrek themed one, and you can see what our workday actually looks like. When I go to Todd's place, had a lot of fun. Really, took my entire computer for like a week at his place, so we filmed some, fooling around and stuff like that. If you want to follow us on Instagram, and everything is linked in the description below. We also post on Rumble regularly right now because we have to. YouTube screwed us. For those that didn't hear us talk about it earlier tonight. So yeah, everything's linked below. Let's go on with the topics at hand. We missed a lot of the chat, by the way. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, you guys can't super chat us. Not available. We're demonetized, so there's nothing from that, basically. Patreon is technically the only way right now, but since we're not making content as we used to, we have a lot of problems right now, but we're trying to get back on the horse, if at all possible. You'll see some stuff uploaded right now, but the thing is, because of YouTube's rules, which not even they can tell us what the rules are, we are kind of prohibited from uploading some things that might be considered reused content because I don't have a orchestra in my room to create music on my own.
Yeah, you got that piano of yours. That's a good start.
yeah. Now I'm gonna have to create my own music and everything. Can't make a freaking Star Wars machinima. We have like 4 waiting to be finished, but we can't upload it because YouTube is just gonna consider it reused content. Yet I wasted like 4 months of work on one. Basically,
yeah, that's YouTube for you. All right, I'll be back in like 2 minutes. I'm just gonna go grab some water.
Okay, no problem. Okay, let's go through the super chat. Oh, hold up. Andor is good. Talk about slow burn. Andor was interested in at best. They prepared the heist for like 5 episodes. Yeah, Andor really cooked. Like, the first 3 episodes of Andor, in my opinion, were quite slow. Like, I didn't like the first 3. I was like, what the hell is this? And then when I saw the Aldhani arc, okay, then it made sense. It was a soul burn for sure, but do you guys know why I believe Andor is a 10 times better series than almost everything else they did from live action? Because it actually has a purpose. The series is leading to a point, something that the other series should learn. Yes, a TV series should have a freaking purpose. It should have a beginning, a middle, and an end, just like George used to make it, with the movies. And most series just keep on going forever. It's become like Marvel. Like The Mandalorian, it exists with a promise that something will be better in the future, in the newest season, in the movie, or whatever that means. And you know what the thing is? It's never going to get better. And with Andor, they actually, instead of giving you a cameo fest, they simply, in the moment, made the series enjoyable right now, not promising a finale of endgame proportions, eventually getting there. No, they actually focused on the story right now and made made it watchable and enjoyable now, not later, not when Endgame or Infinity War comes, if you know the metaphor that I'm using there. They made it enjoyable now. So that is why I believe it also cooked, unlike the other crap that they gave us. The Ahsoka series is just another side quest series leading to the epic Dave Filoni Mandoverse finale. That is it ever going to come? Or is it always going to be leading to another series and never getting there? Because that's what it looks like to me at this point. Yeah, Andor kicked ass. Sure, no problem. We'll see. We'll catch up on Discord. A lot of Dark Times era comics from Dark Horse in the EU was way better than the Disney. Yeah, I agree completely. It seems people all lost hope for Star Wars. The thing is, from what I can tell, even by the viewership of the channel, and generally speaking, take a look at how many dislikes Star Wars Acolyte has. It's like almost 700,000 dislikes in comparison to about 150 or something likes. So it's not in a good position. And the thing is, they really killed it with too much content. There is no more excitement. No one cares. The stories mean nothing. They retcon. For example, what happened with the Asajj Ventress thingy in the Bad Batch? Asajj Ventress coming back is like a thing that I'm really not counting that ever happened in the Bad Batch. If I were ever to consider Bad Batch in my headcanon. Because why the hell did I read Dark Disciple if they're just going to retcon it and render it meaningless? What's the damn point? The thing is with Star Wars is no one is buying their comics. No one cares about their novels anymore, something that the EU did a really good job on because it was all interconnected and had meaning, and the authors actually consumed Star Wars content and didn't contradict other writers. But in this case, what happens is someone writes a book, a novel like Dark Disciple, and then when some asshole gets a TV series a decade later, they just retcon it because they don't care. So basically, we, the people that bought the novel and wasted our time reading it, are made fools because you wasted your time and money and effort in something that they're just going to say, oh, fuck it, didn't happen, doesn't matter. So basically, no one's buying the comics and books because it doesn't matter. No one cares anymore. And people are losing hope because the comics and the novels are dead. I mean, that's not even that important at this point, but they are definitely dead. And they just keep on retconning. But I remember I was there again, though.
3,000 years ago.
Yeah. I was there at Mount Doom when they talked about how their new canon is going to be better than the contradictory EU with. They used Dark Empire as like their biggest reason why the EU was so bad and the stories didn't make sense. I was there, Gandalf, when they said that. And
yeah,
you know
and then they do the exact same thing with the sequels. They just rip off the Dark Empire and make it even worse, actually.
Yeah, their biggest argument against the EU was literally like Dark Empire all those years ago in 2014. But then then they literally rip it off and don't give a shit and do it like somehow Palpatine returned. And somehow
they don't even give you a proper explanation. That's the thing. Like they wait for you to, watch
No. Wait. They give you a proper explanation. You know what it was? The dark side of the Force
is a pathway to many abilities.
I'm
not talking about that. They just
No. He literally said it in the movie in Rise of Soy Wanker. He actually said it in the movie. So there it is. There it is.
Well,
and Empire, Dark Empire, bad. Disney must copy Dark Empire.
At least they give you an explanation in the Dark Empire comic.
Yeah. And you know what's the worst part? They act in the novelization for The Rise of Soy Walker. Didn't read it. Just watch the videos. Don't want to waste time on sequel crap. Didn't want to. And the thing with that is, turns out Rey is actually the daughter of Palpatine's failed clone. So he's not his son.
All right. So let's just make it even worse, right?
Like, fuck, man. I see with the machinimas. Well, technically, I'm actually in the same boat with you, man, because I still make machinimas. I still love making Star Wars content, especially the ones in machinima form. But when it comes to Disney Star Wars, I'm kind of done, man. Like, I kind of just don't give a shit what they do. Weed Republic. Oh yeah, it does feel like that. For some reason, with the color schemes, like they're all high. The Jedi High Council. Oh yeah, then we come to this. Acolyte's director was Harvey Weinstein's assistant, and none of the woke retards talk about it. Well, the woke retards really love those molesters and child groomers, to be fair. So that's not actually even not even a surprise to us, and they're not even hiding it. So makes sense. Basically, when you look at it, I saw Leslie Headland, the director of The Acolyte, talk some shit a few years back about George. And at this point, I would expect that Lucasfilm hires people who hate Star Wars. So Todd, since we're demonetized and everything, let's just proclaim to Lucasfilm and Disney that we hate George Lucas, we hate the original Star Wars, give us more woke wars, and then we might get a job at Lucasfilm and get hired to direct a new Star Wars, the 18th Star Wars series. Because after all, we already had the 17th. Huh?
Indeed, we do.
So, Kathleen Kennedy, we hate Star Wars. Please hire us for a new Star Wars series to make it for you, because we know you hire people that hate it. That's basically the premise of it. Ventress's cameo and Scorched Death were the most annoying things of Bad Batch Season 3. To be fair, I wasn't that annoyed about Scorch's death for some reason.
I was kind of more annoyed that they didn't show the rest of the squad.
Yeah, like we said earlier, Bad Batch is a series with a lot of missed opportunities. Let's see, what would be the top... Let's just go through the top 5 missed opportunities of the Bad Batch series. One would be never showing Delta Squad altogether. Like, why not? Why did you just give us Scorch? What was the damn point? Right? So that would
be... No. They're just preparing the ground for the next series.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck that already. Like, can't anything be its own thing anymore? Like, ever. I think you just ruined it.
All right, let's go over the next 4 things.
Okay, so Delta Squad never reuniting. Like, if you give a Scorch, why the fuck not give them all, at least in one episode? So that's a waste. The Wolf and Commander Cody episodes they were great episodes. I really liked the episodes, but what I don't understand, why did you just leave it at that? What was the damn point? Member berries again? Is that the point? That's my main gripe with the Bad Batch. It relies on member berries again. Like everything Star Wars today.
I guess they're just leaving it for the next series.
Probably are, but fuck. Like, enough of the series. Oh, I'm so done with it. Oh, man. I love the Bad Batch, but I'm so done with it. I don't want to keep up with it anymore. It's annoying. Like,
the thing is, it is a finished series, so...
It is a finished series, but the thing is, look, they brought back Ventress, contradicted a book I read for no reason, apparently. I didn't have to read it. If I knew they were just going to say, fuck the book, I shouldn't have read it, you know. And now she's back and alive again. The explanation was, I have many lives, or whatever. And yeah, they're going to put her in another series, I can bet. Like, they're definitely going to put... So she was basically in the trailer for Bad Batch Season 3 to hook people. Member Berry, remember that character from the Clone Wars that you loved? I like that character. But the thing is, don't make another contradiction with your shitty continuity that makes no sense at this point. So they bring her back, only to let you know that she's going to be in another series, and they technically just screwed their canon. Their continuity is screwed totally, for no reason. So yeah, please watch our new series with Asajj Ventress. Oh yeah, and if you want to see the finished storyline of Captain Rex bringing Wolf to the Star Wars Rebels, watch another new series with that. Instead, they should have just finished the plot thread here. Like they Gregor. You know, they did it with Gregor. Why not do it with Wolf, since you already brought the character back? What's the damn point? Oh yeah.
And also, let's kill Depa Billaba in a different way.
No, they actually killed her in the same way. Just the clones were all red in the Kanan comic.
Wasn't it like at a fireplace or something like that? Like in the...
Yeah, it started. They had a fireplace. It wasn't during a battle. It was the same planet. Bad Batch wasn't there. The clones were in red armor, but over here only Commander Gray was in green. And yeah, they kind of retconned the event. I mean, I'll give it to them. Like, okay, they did it once. Let's say. I mean, it wasn't their first time, but let's say, okay, Bad Batch version of the event kind of superior. Let's call it that, if at all. Okay, we'll pick the event with the Bad Batch for the Order 66 scene. Okay. But if you do it all the time, if it's retconned every single time, because Bad Batch, I like it, I enjoy it, but they retconned too many things at this point. Asajj Ventress is like the final straw. They should have just put in, like, Boba Fett be the bounty hunter that says the M count are midichlorians, or something like that. Boba Fett would have, like a younger Boba Fett, would have been quite an interesting dynamic with Omega, right?
Indeed.
But they just brought a character back from the dead and are going to give her a series so that you would be hooked for the next thing. So we're at 17 series. Let's see the poll, what it looks like right now. Okay, so 33% say that 17 series of Star Wars is a good thing, and 67, says that it's a bad thing. Interesting. What else would we get to? Okay, so Tales of the Empire. What did you guys think of it? Let's just jump a bit to the newest. Oh shit, there's a lot of chat. I didn't even notice it. Can you go through the chat while I'm talking, or the other way around?
Sure.
Yep. Choose whichever one you want. So anyway, we have Tales of the Empire. What do you think about it, Tom?
Well, it kind of feels unfinished. That's for sure. Kind of too short. Although it is, now that I think of it, it is a bit longer than Tales of the Jedi. But also at the same time, I think Tales of the Jedi is a little bit more fulfilling.
Technically, yeah. You
got the death of Yaddle. That's really nice.
To be honest, the death of Yaddle is like the only thing that I don't consider canon from that series.
But it is a really cool episode nonetheless.
Very cool episode, very enjoyable. But it's like the only thing that I'm just not accepting into the
Young Count Dooku is also a really cool episode.
Very. I really enjoyed the ones with
I think the one that's most boring is like with the young Ahsoka.
Didn't like that one too much.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But the thing is,
what about Tales of the Empire for you?
Tales of the Empire. Well, let's say I'll consider half the series as canon at this point. The Morgan Elsbeth thing is.
I think the Morgan arc is a little bit unnecessary.
The thing is, they killed the character, and now they're giving you the backstory. What's the damn point?
Yeah, like, it's not the first time they're doing this.
They did it.
Not only that, but like, why is it called the Tales of the Empire?
Yeah, no one's technically loyal to the Empire there. It's not about. It's basically. Yeah, to be fair, yeah. By the way, you should make EU books of comics into machinimas. That's what I'm actually doing. In a way, like you can check out the Boba Fett Escaping the Sarlacc, which is based on the EU comic from 1984, I believe. Yeah, it came out a year after Return of the Jedi, or basically a few months after it. So you can check that out. But I have about 6 or 7 EU machinimas in the works that I'm not allowed to post yet on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't want to tell us what the damn problem is with the new reused content rules. So the music might screw me over and get me demonetized again. You know, the music that we've been using for 8 years without a problem is now all of a sudden a big problem.
Indeed.
But yeah, that's making the EU comics into machinimas is.
You know, I think it was really cool doing voice for Vader. That was really nice.
Yeah, we have the Enemy of the Empire machinima is actually supposed to. You actually saw it. I showed it to you on Discord, but everyone else didn't see it. You can see the unfinished versions that we posted a few months back on the channel. Yeah. We also have the Tusken Raider Jedi one with Star Wars Legacy 17.
A shard hit.
Yep, we have that one in the works. Voices all recorded. Everything's actually recorded for that. All that's left is the heavy editing and getting the Order 66 scene to work, which is kind of hard.
It was really fun voicing a shard head. That was pretty cool.
And by the way, we have Concordia Jedi. He voiced Obi-Wan Kenobi for us there. But you can see the trailer, but because of our troubles, the trailer came out almost 2 years ago. We weren't able to finish it because of all the crap that happened to us lately. So yeah, no income, everything. They screwed us really hard. So yeah. But I'm really excited in general to work on projects like that. I guess we're just gonna have to make a GoFundMe or something if we plan to continue doing YouTube at this point, because demonetization is like it's a pain basically. But yeah. So basically, someone says, "I like Tales of the Empire. Can't wait for season 2." The thing is, you might not get a season 2 because Tales of the Empire is technically a season 2 already of Tales of the Jedi, but they just decided to make it into the Empire. So now it's kind of like 2 series on their own, miniseries. I don't get what they're doing with it, but
Well, I guess we're waiting for Tales of the First Order.
No, please, no.
or something like that.
They should have called the series Star Wars Tales, like the old Star Wars comics, which simply give you random anthology-based comic book with random tales from Star Wars. It would be a much simpler way to have a single series with like limitless options in making stories in it. That would have been better instead of naming it Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Empire. What's next? Tales of the Rebellion, Tales of this. What? They're never going to do the Separatists, I can bet. No way. Next one's going to be Tales of the Resistance, of the Rebellion, or the First Order. I can bet you.
Or of the New Republic.
Tales of the Sith.
Of the Sith.
I wouldn't have a problem with that, to be honest.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think there's going to be a season 2 of that. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. To be honest, the machinima makers are probably your best chance at getting that. And I have one idea, one machinima in the works, which is, I mean, machinimas don't look really fantastic like CGI. I know that. But the editing is the thing that can sell it. I believe so, at least. At least from the reception.
Thing is, you can sell it with the sound effects, you can sell it with the music, and you can sell it with like the way the scenes are set up. So yeah, even though it's not perfect as CGI or as animation, you know, in the Clone Wars or whatever, it's still a really nice way to get Star Wars content. Anyway,
if you just type in Jedi Academy machinimas, you'll find a whole lot of a small community that makes things like that. And things that I'm actually working on as well. Like, for example, Darth Valeria, or this guy, he makes them. He actually made one today, which is really, really well made, by the way. So, yeah. There's that, and the thing is, I have a one based in the Legacy era. It's not specifically going to be based on a comic book like the Tusken Raider Jedi is. But it's going to be a Mon Calamari battle on a ship overlooking the planet. A one Sith battle versus a Galactic Alliance or something like that. We'll see. One thing that I really have a wish to make from Star Wars Legacy, it's the story of Joker Squad. I would love to do that if you guys heard of that. It's like basically it's a Stormtrooper squad that is divided in two with the Fel Empire and the one Sith Empire, which used to be a single empire before it was divided. So the squad is in conflict with itself and with a Sith leading it, which is a very interesting story. Look it up. It's from Star Wars Legacy, Joker Squad. That's what it's called. Really interesting story. Would love to make a machinima of that, but it'll be a pain in the ass, like a very long creation. But it's a good idea, I guess. Yeah, nothing like KOTOR 2's story, to be fair.
Indeed.
But yeah, I don't know. The Morgan Elsbeth thing is kind of pointless since we know where her story ends. But the Barriss Offee storyline was much better, to be fair, I guess, as well.
But at the same time, it's kind of sad that it was left like that.
Now, the thing is, they make you wait 12 years to see what happens to her. Then they finish the episode where you don't know if she lives or dies. Oh, yeah, guys, watch our new series for it. Screw that, man.
Looks like we're in another 12-year loop.
I mean, until 2050, you might find out what actually happened.
Indeed.
When they milk the franchise dead, basically, at the end of the day.
Morning sunshine.
Yeah. I don't know. Now when I think of it, the first episode was great with Grievous. Like, really badass scenes. But as soon as it became about Morgan, I mean, Morgan, like
Come on.
they used the name Morgan Elsbeth in Star Wars for a Night Sister. Are you serious?
Serious?
It's you serious?
Anybody care what I want?
Shut up! Get up! Oh, J. Jonah Jameson. I love that meme. Basically, the thing is, you can't replicate the laugh. Like with that, how do you do that? You know, the best part about the laugh is like when he hits the table or whatever. Shut up! Get up! But yeah, Morgan Elsbeth. They literally gave a character such a English name for a Night Sister in Star Wars. I don't get it, and I think what I don't like when they do that is you see what Disney does. No, it's not a self-insert. They insert their Disney canon characters into the old Star Wars from when it was actually good, you know. So they basically inserted Morgan Elsbeth into the Clone Wars episode from season 4 called The Massacre, where Grievous, under Dooku's orders, eliminates the Night Sisters. So they basically just put in their own characters there. And that's something I don't like when they do at all. So screw that, to be honest. But with Barisafi, I mean, it was a theory like in 2014 with the Inquisitors, 15 actually, sorry, in season 2 with the Mirialan Inquisitor. Everyone thought she was Barisafi, but no. So that was an interesting thing, but it was quite unexpected and weird that she already rebelled in the second episode with her in it, you know, and left the Empire. A very weird thing, because does it feel to you that she wasn't actually an Inquisitor in the first place, right?
Yeah.
It looks like that as well. She never had red eyes. She never actually gave in to the Inquisitor role and left it very easily, which is kind of weird and surprising. But okay. I don't know what to say about it. Tales of the Jedi was a bit better, to be fair. Morgan Elsbeth is just such a wasted character. They just put in Thrawn there so they can put him in the trailer. Of course, you got some Rook who's supposed to be much bigger, to be honest. If we look at,
but then again, he was much better in Tales of the Empire than in Rebels. Much less annoying.
Yeah, in Rebels, Rook was really annoying. Like I don't even know how to say it in English.
Just annoying.
There was a dick. He wouldn't die. I remember that. He just wouldn't die. Fuck. But yeah, they also gave us Palion. And the only reason why we get Palion now is because they put him in the Mandalorian. Now they must insert him retroactively backwards, you know, into the story. Same thing they did with Morgan Elsbeth. She was in the Mandalorian, the sequel series, and now she's in the damn Clone Wars, technically, which I'm not a fan of. They also did it with, to be fair, with Fennec Shand, but although that's kind of tolerable, it actually turned out to be much better in the Bad Batch with her. But it's also an insert from the new era of Disney. I don't know what to tell you guys. But I kind of feel like I'm done with it. I don't know what to talk about anymore for tonight. We didn't go too much into the wokeness and stuff like that, but just a question. What are your opinions on Warhammer in general? If you guys can let us know in the chat. Because if in the past few years, it seemed like the most solid franchise to be a fan of. Like, even Lord of the Rings was kind of affected with Amazon. You know, it's still bulletproof thanks to the fandom, because they're rejecting their, let's say, modern Lord of the Rings. But with Warhammer, it seemed really solid, like a really testosterone-filled franchise for men, you know. And now we're finding out that, did you guys hear the news? Henry Cavill was supposed to be in a, is it Amazon? Huh?
I believe so, yeah.
In a Amazon, Amazon. They screwed the Lord of the Rings as well. Yeah, that's dead already. But the thing is, they're making the Warhammer series, and I'd love to see that. But the thing is, in today's day and age, with entertainment being all about the message,
Yeah, I think they screwed it before they even released it.
so what they did basically, you have the custodes, which are basically the Emperor of Mankind's personal guards on Terra, on Holy Terra. And in the lore, women can't be space marines. That's basically part of the lore, always was. But you have the Sisters of Battle, so you have other groups that have women that go to battle. You can actually, if you like watching things instead of reading it, you can simply watch Hammer and Bolter. That's the name of the series. So you can see the Sisters of Battle right there. Very good episode, to be honest. And the thing is, what they did now, as they're developing the Warhammer series, is making a female custode, or whatever you call it, which is not a thing in the Warhammer lore, thus retconning about 30 or 40 years of lore, and Games Workshop is pretending and gaslighting the fans that actually know the lore on Twitter. So that's like the situation. The first piece of wokeness into the Warhammer universe. You guys know why? Because it seems, as of late, that BlackRock and Vanguard have their stocks, two of the biggest, I believe, I think they're two of the biggest percentage of stocks in Games Workshop. About 10% in total. Doesn't sound like much, but that means basically that they can tell them what to do in a way. And if you actually look at the CEO of BlackRock talking, Larry Fink, just type in Larry Fink forcing ideas or something like that, and you'll see what they say about forcing the agenda, the message. So that's basically the beginning of the end, technically. And for all of you that don't know, BlackRock has it. They're in Disney. They're everywhere. Like the richest.
I'm pretty sure Cavill just kind of gave up. So. And
yeah. The thing is, as far as I can see, he's done. He's probably getting the boot, or he's simply refusing to play along because,
as he did with the Witcher series.
So. Oh yeah, the Witcher was dead on arrival, in my opinion, especially because of the amount of virtue signaling and race swapping before it even came out. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I think that was the worst thing, man. I think it was like, what is it, like 4 or 5 characters that they race swapped?
Main characters.
Yeah.
And you know what's ironic? The Witcher world is based on Slavic mythology.
Well, it's not only that. I mean, I think it was even worse for me and all the other people that read the books and played the games. You know how the character is supposed to look like, and you get that, and it's just not it.
I mean, it's based on Slavic mythology, technically, on European mythology. And the thing is, we're Slavic, and I'll tell you, they don't look like that over here. They don't. And they didn't look like that 1,000 years ago over here. But no, we gotta be diverse and woke, and it's all about DEI. It's all about the DEI that they're pushing, basically, which can be a good thing, but it's not, because they're really misusing it at this point. But yeah, that's how it goes, technically. But with Warhammer, he's already done, man. And the irony being is, when they asked him what his favorite faction was, he said the Custodes, and they're the first retcon, the first female Custode is they're basically touching his faction, his favorite one, and it seems he's done already. Sadly, would have loved to see him there, but yeah, it's over basically at this point.
Well, it looks like they were listening to that interview. It's like, oh, that's your favorite. All right, we're gonna go ahead and screw that first.
Basically, yeah. So, yeah, I think we're done for tonight, guys. This is about it. It's 2 a.m. We're quite tired, and it's been about a year and a half since we did this, because, to be honest, we really didn't enjoy doing live streams back when we did. A very good waste of time.
What would you say about this one, though?
Yeah, if you even bothered watching our crappy live stream, please let us know in the comments what you actually think, and if we should even continue doing this, because it's been a rough patch for us for a while now. So
I guess we should, just because of the upcoming monetization.
It might help us. I mean,
it definitely could, and we could also do like some videos, like even not related to Star Wars, but just just get a couple of things out there, just so we can get our monetization
basically
back. Go back to work.
the thing that we've heard that works is they want people to vlog and prove that they're real on YouTube. And I hate doing that, but
It's kind of ironic. It's kind of ironic because an AI program is looking at you.
Yeah, and it's claiming that we use reused content, yet it's fair use at this point if you look at the lore videos and the Lego reviews.
The computer wants to see you're human. Nice.
They are forcing us to have to record ourselves, which I wouldn't be doing right now, and make videos of ourselves, vlogs or something, so that we can prove that we're actually real to the YouTube AI system, because no one's actually checking your channel to see if it's eligible. They don't give a shit. YouTube doesn't give a shit. The irony being is when we started our channel in 2015, damn, it's been so long when you look at it. Yeah. In 2015, when we started, everyone was monetized automatically when they start the channel. But now, I hear it's only 10% of all of YouTube. So YouTube is really screwing the creators really heavily.
Indeed.
I don't know, guys. We hope that everything returns to normal so that we can do our job. We can edit videos. We can create stuff. And to be honest, I've never felt this depressed in the past 6 months like I have now. And the two reasons are because I feel useless. I've been so used to creating content and making stuff. And the second reason for that is, which I don't know if anyone has OCD. I don't know if I have it. I don't like claiming to have some mental illness and crap like that. I don't like it being a victim. It's all a load of bullshit, in my opinion. But the thing is, I have a problem when editing videos. I might as well explain it here before we end the stream. Basically, because I usually edit most of the things. And my biggest problem is I have a perfectionism. I'm too harsh on myself, and I can never finish a video. It's never good enough. And the reason why is when we started the channel, when I was editing, I would remember that when I post a video and look at it a year later, I would see all the flaws in it and how badly I edited things. And then as each year passed, I updated something with my editing, whether that be the style or the resolution. We turned to 4K lately. And generally, the sloppiness of my edit used to bother me a lot. And then I would get better. And then I would remake videos in my newer style, better style. But the problem is, as each year passes and I look back at the videos, I'm unsatisfied with it. So I was trying to make a video editing style which would be like so good right now that it would be good even later when I watch it. And that seems to be impossible. And now when I'm making videos, I finish 95% of the video very fast, but the last 5% to polish it out and make it the way I like it is such a long way ahead, and I can never finish anything. So it's torture, basically. I'm killing myself with that, and I can't finish a single project because it's never good enough. Like, I record it, I edit it, and then the last 5% that make the video the way I like it, I can't finish it. And I don't want to, in the future, look back at it and be unsatisfying with the thing that I made. So that's like what would you call it, Talk? Like,
OCD.
Possibly. It's really annoying.
I think I have a solution for you, man. Just don't watch old videos.
Yeah, but
keep on working on the new stuff.
Yeah, but the thing is, I would like to have a collection of everything I made.
The thing is, I know what you mean because I have the same problem with like when I'm working on my medieval stuff. When I'm sewing stuff on the machine, or like when I'm doing chainmail or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. Or when I'm doing liveries for DCS, it doesn't really matter. Like, but I do have the same issue. So I know what you're talking about, but
the thing is, no one gets to watch the videos because I can't finish them, because I torture myself to perfection that doesn't exist, And then when I look back, it's still not good enough. And I worked for nothing. And then I go back to it and try to fix it. And it's never ending. The OCD is killing me when it comes to editing videos. I'm too harsh on myself when it comes to that. And the thing is, no one gets it. You guys would never notice a difference with some small things, but I torture myself with it. So those are the two main problems with basically making videos from my stance. I don't want to just pump out crap with crappy editing. I'd rather not do it at all at that point. I either want to do it the best I can, which has gotten very hard lately because of the OCD, or not do it at all. And the thing is, I'm unhappy when I don't create stuff. So that's where we're at right now. It's a new low for me. I think we're done for tonight, guys. Let us know.
Let's go ahead and end it here. Might as well.
Let us know if this was any good or if it was a total failure of a stream. So, yeah.
Well, the thing is, we haven't really done it for like a year and a half, so I think it was okay.
Yeah, it was fine, I guess. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And if any of you, for some reason, I don't know why you would, but if for some reason, if anyone wants to help out, since we're demonetized, everything's linked below where you can follow us on Rumble or wherever. And yeah, patrons would be very much appreciated, but I don't think we deserve it right now. When we actually start posting things worth watching, then it would be fair to ask for, a donation or something. But if you want to help us out, we would very, very much appreciate it. So yeah.
Indeed.
I think this is it. Thanks for watching, guys. God bless. And how do we say this in English?
What?
Christus Vaskrese.
Christ is risen.
Oh yeah. Even the Orthodox say it that way, right?
Yes, they do.
It's kind of weird because we usually speak on Serbian only, but yeah.
Indeed.
Okay. See you guys. May the Force be with you. Happy May the 4th, whatever that means at this point.
Or Revenge of the 5th.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll be back to uploading regularly. And if you want to see the newest video, it's on Instagram right now. We couldn't put it as a short, by the way. Everything's linked below. See you guys, and God bless. Christ is risen once more.
Indeed, he has.